In this video, we're going to talk about the Xbox Series X. If it's still worth buying in 2024. Every single year, I now do a review about my consoles, give updates with how it's going, and talk about what has changed with my consoles and what do I like about the consoles, what do I dislike. Now let's talk about it. So the first thing that I've been really enjoying about the Xbox Series X this year specifically that has changed from last year is some of the backwards compatible games. So I've recently been buying pre-owned games, and that has been the biggest enjoyment with the Xbox Series X is the backwards compatibility. It's not perfect. There's a lot of games that I really want to play with it with the Xbox 360, previous generation, but I don't have that backwards compatibility with the Xbox Series X. But there are a lot of games that I do really like with the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series X specifically over the PS5. So there's a few games that I've really liked this year so far. So Assassin's Creed Odyssey, that's been a really good game. Batman Arkham Knight, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, The Witcher 3. I've been picking up those games all this year. So those are all brand new games I've picked up this year. Why would I pick these for the Xbox over the PlayStation 5? Okay, they're gonna have cheaper prices with the discs because not really many people buy like disc editions of like games for the Xbox Series X because a lot of people go digital these days, especially with the Xbox consoles. The other reason is the previous generation upgrades with the Xbox Series X. So games that are specifically for the Xbox Series X will have an upgrade in terms of FPS and graphics, such as like Forza 4. Now, they're also faster to load on the Xbox Series X as well, because not only the quick resume feature, which is super cool, but also it's just a faster console in terms of its inner SSD speeds as well. Like, it's just been quicker to load, graphics look great, and I have really enjoyed the Xbox Series X this year because of that. A lot of my more favorite games have been played on the Xbox Series X this year, to be fair. A couple of things that I dislike about the backwards compatibility is not being able to play games that I really want to play, like the Batman Arkham series, such as Arkham City, Arkham Asylum. Can't play any of those. Old EA games like Need for Speed Underground, stuff like that. Even games like Dishonored, even just like random games. Like, I wish they just had full backwards compatibility and that would destroy it. But there is a reason why the retro gaming market still exists, is because things like that is still around. So stuff that I wish would be improved with the Xbox Series X is also less need for consistent updates. So that's a big thing for me, is always getting notifications, always getting consistent updates. If I just want to boot up the console and just play it, I can't do that. And I have to wait a while to download the games because the games are so massive. Over 100 gigabytes for like brand new COD games, Starfield, Forza games, all examples of games that are over 100 gigabytes. In terms of its brand new game releases, like the only good game that's come out on Xbox recently has been Forza Motorsport. Like, that's the only game I can think of. Forza 5 was fantastic. It's super good for those racing games, simulation games, all that sort of stuff is really good. And it is on the Game Pass, so it's definitely worth it. But like, a lot of the games have been let down, so I actually like more the previous generation games more than the games that are out now with the Xbox Series X. But that's what I like about the Xbox Series X, is the backwards compatibility, so I can be able to play, my older Assassin's Creed games and stuff like that. So there's reasons why you would want an Xbox Series X. Would you buy one if you didn't have one? I'm not too sure anymore, because you still got the PlayStation 5, which is a really good console. You got the Xbox Series S, which is a digital only console. So where does that sort of fit in? Well, it's got the disc, so it allows you to buy like cheaper pre-owned games, which is a plus. It has all the features of Xbox. It has all of the fully updated graphics. So it has, super powerful SSDs, so it's super fast. It has all the features like the 4K support, up to 8K support. up to 120 frames per second, so it has really good graphics. So that's where it sort of fits in. It's a really powerful, fast machine that'll play any gameplay for hours on end. Like, I've had tests where it's really done well with games for 8 hours long, and it hasn't really overheated. It's been really quiet. It's been a really great console. Some of the features of the Xbox are fantastic, but I wish were actually improved a little bit more. Like, I wish they had a wider gallery for the Game Pass, but that is okay. There's plenty of games to still play on the Game Pass. It's such a great feature to have, but you still don't own those games. So that's why buying the disc versions of games is still appropriate for the Xbox, is because, you know, you actually own the games if you buy them. The Game Pass is still good, but it definitely has that downside, and it's not a full library. Backwards compatibility is absolutely awesome, and it's so much better on the Xbox Series X over the PlayStation, definitely, and a lot better than Nintendo. Oh my goodness. You get the full capabilities. That's sort of my general update on the console. I am playing it a lot more than I have been in the past, because a lot of these games I've been sort of testing out, you know, there's a lot of games that I've really enjoyed with the Xbox Series X. So that's just my review of how it's going in 2024. Should you buy it? I'm not too sure. I just don't know where it sort of fits in with the major ecosystem. I think you should just buy a PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S if you want to have, you know, a bit of Xbox in your life, but I don't know. Anyway, carry on, guys. See you guys next time.